Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ireland Live for Thursday, the 13th of February, 2025. As you can see, I'm wearing the old cap tonight. I'm a bit cold here as well. And I'll be honest with you, I'm at to be very busy, so I'm on my own here for a while. And anyway, this evening, Anthony is busy as well. But listen, it's been hectic, man. This last few days has been hectic, and we have. Just gonna share this here for a minute. This was today. This was today in Munich. Car drives into crowd in Munich, injuring several. Like Munich car ramming injures 28 people, say police. Now I was looking at a thing there. I'm just going to stop sharing that. But that was Munich today. Same here. Like it's going to get here. It's going to get the same here. You know what I mean? It really is. You know what I mean? 28 people have been injured, including children, in a car that was driven into a crowd. Suspected attack. The media are not telling you. It was a terrorist attack. Simple as that. The same way as these are all terrorist attacks. People don't just walk around cutting people's throats like willy-nilly as random attacks. This is not what happens. In a civilized country, people don't get their throats cut standing at their doors. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And he was an asylum seeker, 24-year-old asylum seeker, Farad N. Narouk, or whatever his name was. But Jesus Christ, man. But I'm just looking there. And again, the Justice Minister, I'm going to play the gripped video now in a minute. But there it is there. Justice Minister are aware of St. Patrick's Day terror threat reports. That was last week. That was gripped that done that. Minister Jim O'Callaghan has confirmed that he is aware of reports of Islamic terror threats made against St. Patrick's Day events in Ireland. As first reported by Gript, Europol has said that they are monitoring jihadist terrorist propaganda material shared online by Islamic extremists, which include threats against several cultural events across Europe and America, such as St. Patrick's Day parades and St. Patrick's Day celebrations in Ireland. Come on. This has really just gone ridiculous. You know what I mean? It really has. But I'm just going to pull down the video there. Let me just pull it down. Yeah, I'll pull that down. Okay. As I said, this is what's going to happen now over the coming months. I've said this all along about St. Patrick's Day. I have not been into a St. Patrick's Day parade in I don't know how long, because I've seen, I've seen it, you know what I mean? This is this guy here. I'm just going to present this. So this is just pictures I'm going through that I have here, you know what I mean, that I pulled down. There he is there. Asylum application rejected, but he was allowed to stay. This is happening. There's the guy who stabbed or who cut the people's throats on Sunday. He was given a deportation order in 2022 when he didn't go. Okay. I was meant to speak to a guy here today whose wife has been deported. His wife, she's South African, and she's at the getting deportation. This woman is living here, she's working here, she's also helping him, she's a carer for him, or something to that effect. I didn't get a chance to talk to him yet, but I will be talking to him in the next while. But where's the fairness in that? You know what I mean? The likes of these people come into the country and do all they do, and they get nothing. You know what I mean? They don't get deported. Whereas a lady that I was talking to today, is being deported. She's appealing it, but come on. You know what I mean? It's just crazy what's going on. It really is. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go. I'll tell you, we'll go with a bit of news there as well in a while. But hang on, I'll just see what comments are coming in there. What about the slasher in Cork? Yes, released on bail. You're right. It's also in Germany last night. Sorry, that was France, wasn't it? The grenade was thrown. It was France, I think. I don't think it was Germany. Over 19 injured. That was in a place in France, I think I read today. So, hang on. What about the slasher in Cork? Yeah. And the woman that got cut up in Galway on Monday or Tuesday while out walking her dog at 6:30 in the morning. People, it's not safe anymore. Like, the country is just not safe anymore. Like, I remember years ago, you could go anywhere in this town, any time of night, any hour of the morning, and people walk by and go, all right, how are you? All right. That's it. Now it's not like that. You can't walk up a dark alley. You can't walk up a street. Like, Dublin city centre is a no-go area. Like, Malachy and Gavin tried to talk about it on Sunday or on Monday in the thing, and they were laughed at, and there was 28 councillors voted them down. I'm looking to get them 28 councillors' names now to put them out there as well. It's disgraceful. They're not willing to talk about it, because if they talk about it, then they're admitting there's a problem. This is why they won't talk about it. This is the whole issue here. That's why government won't talk about it. Opposition won't talk about it. Guards won't talk about it. Because if they do talk about it, then there's an issue that has to be dealt with. And they don't want to deal with this issue. There's too much money coming into this country from foreign entities and all sorts, WEF, WHO, all of these things are all connected. These are all making money out of this. George Soros is one of the biggest people traffickers in the world. His open source, his open society looks after all of this. And now USAID has, Elon Musk in Doge has come up with it. It's brilliant. He's at that saving billions. He's going to cut the deficit by $1 trillion this year, and he's catching them all out. Now, we have our own Elon Musk here in this country, and his name is Nick Delahanty. And I have to say, he is the Doge of Ireland. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play his video, because this is absolutely brilliant. This is called Slumdog Millionaire. Now, watch how this fella, this is the story of a guy who lives in an iPass centre, who is a director of 8 different companies. Now, it's a couple of minutes long, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Slumdog asylum millionaire. How does an Indian man living in emergency accommodation get awarded millions of euros worth of state contracts? How is he able to finance the purchase of hotels and mansions, all the while owing over 150 grand to revenue? Mohsin Mansour Hospitality Limited is one of the fastest growing companies in the Irish immigration industry. Q1 of last year, they made only about 25k, but by Q3, they were raking in over 900k. That's about a 3,000% increase in just a matter of months. These guys are entrepreneurs of the year. Unlucky for them, they happened to buy Hearns Hotel in Clonmel. This is where I had my communion, confirmation and several other family events growing up. So naturally, I got pretty curious when I found out that this was being turned into an asylum centre. The directors of Mohsin Mansour Hospitality Limited are Sarabjit Singh, who's an Indian man, and Isabella Blush, who presumably is Polish. The secretary is Hamad Mansour Boot. Now just take note of Hamad Mansour's middle name and the company's name. So the company's kind of named after him. Directors are also the shareholders, with an 80-20 split between Isabella Blush and Sarabjit Singh. And an interesting thing to note is that Isabella Blush has the same home address as Hamad Mansour Boot. Just keep that in mind. One of the really interesting things about all of this is that Mr. Singh gives his registered address as number 6 Davis Lane Apartments, 7375 Davis Street in Mallow. When we look up that address, we actually find this HECO report saying that Davis Lane Apartments are an iPass centre. And for the avoidance of doubt, we actually find this department inspection report as well, which lists apartment number 6 as being part of the asylum accommodation. We can even find an email from 2020 saying that apartment 6 needed a smoke alarm repaired, so there can be no doubt that apartment 6 is asylum accommodation. How is it that Mr. Singh is able to remain in asylum accommodation while simultaneously being a director and 20% shareholder of a company that just bought this mega mansion and is in receipt of millions worth of state contracts? Alarm bells should be ringing. Using loans provided by Novelist Finance Limited, Mr. Singh and Miss Blush recently purchased Shippool Lodge in Inishannon. There can be no doubt that this is a gem of a property. The question is, well, what is this going to be used for? Surely this is not going to become an iPass centre. Could it be for someone else maybe? I don't know. What's even more amazing is, like, how did their company secure such lucrative contracts from the Department of Children in the first place? Like, surely the Irish government have rigorous due diligence procedures. Surely? See, Mr. Singh is actually also a director of 7 other companies, 2 of which owe over 150 grand to revenue in commercial judgments. Look at this company, Bella Apache Pizza Limited. It owes 139 grand to revenue. It's interesting that he ran an Apache Pizza. This other enterprise, the Cork Posh Company, currently owes over 11 grand to revenue. And the interesting thing about this company is that his co-director for this is Hamid Manzoor Butt. When we take a closer look at this Cork posh company, whatever this is, we see that Mr. Singh actually gives a different home address. This time it's 68 Thomas Street, Mallow. So maybe he doesn't live in an iPass centre after all. Sadly, I cannot say for definite that this is the case because 68 Thomas Street is a building controlled and owned by CRM Property Limited. CRM Properties is a company we've discussed recently on this channel. It's a company controlled and owned by Donal O'Brien, the Apache pizza mogul of Munster. CRM Properties receives millions from the state for providing emergency accommodation. Amazingly, Hamid Manzoor Butt actually sued CRM Properties earlier in 2024 over a dispute for payments. In the court case, Mr. Hamid Butt was described as a Pakistani national currently in Dubai, whose actions pose very serious implications for those living in emergency accommodation. Mr. Hamid Butt himself is also a director of a whole host of other companies, two of which are subject to separate commercial judgments to revenue worth over 35k. Honestly, how is anyone I've mentioned so far being approved for these contracts? All of this is simply outrageous. This entire case highlights major oversight from the government. How can a ring of businessmen that owe hundreds of thousands to revenue with a director and shareholder that lives in emergency accommodation be awarded millions in state contracts to provide more emergency accommodation? Just bonkers. How are they getting approved? There is an absolute blatant disregard for compliance, company law, and due diligence at all levels here. Something I didn't mention earlier on was that most of these companies, including Mohsin Manzoor Hospitality, haven't even filed their latest sets of accounts. Like, this is really basic stuff here. Think about the perverse incentives this all creates too. I don't need to spell it out. Migrants are literally running the asylum centres. The asylum scam is the biggest fraud on the Irish taxpayer ever. It needs to end right now. Like, why on earth are we paying such extortionate taxes in this country? Honestly, what are we getting in return?
That's how much money is being generated here. You know what I mean? This guy is an asylum seeker. The government have to be getting kickbacks here as well. There has to be kickbacks coming back here. The likes of your man Mooney and the whole lot of them, they're all getting kickbacks. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, and I'm just looking through here. But yeah, it's crazy. And I have to say, Nick Delahanty is the man when it comes to this. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, some of them videos, 4 or 5 minute videos, you get bored after a couple of minutes, but his stuff keeps you gripped. Like, you're stuck into it, like, you know what I mean? Because you know you're getting the truth off Nick, you know what I mean? It's yeah, it's crazy, like, you know what I mean? And I'm just looking there. Philip Dwyer as well. Philip got what did he get? A suspended sentence as well today. He was up for I think that was the one in Coolock last year, I think it was, where he was standing outside McDonald's. And that was it. He was like I took over down the live stream because I saw Phil getting arrested. I knew there'd be no live stream. So I put it out on Twitter. I went live on Twitter. And I think in the height of it, we had 24,000 or something watching live, like, you know what I mean? And which was brilliant. But he kept cutting it off. You'd only get a half an hour or so, and boom, it'd go off there for a minute, and then he'd be back up again. But like, everybody saw what happened in Coolock, you know what I mean? Everybody saw what happened with Philip. Philip, the guard, the superintendent or inspector, wherever he was, walked down McDonald's and just told him, "You're being arrested." That's it. End of story. He told him he was a journalist, and like, well, the judge said he was a citizen journalist, like, you know what I mean? So I really don't know why. Hang on there a minute, I'll have a look. So that's why I did the live, and apparently not apparently, he did. He got a 2-month suspended sentence and a 500 quid fine. So let me see this. What's this saying? I'm Garda vet and have been asked to step away from helping the brother coach me nephew's GAA team because of road traffic offence 16 years ago. All while hundreds of unvetted enter the country. Well, listen, Ken, I was dropped from my local team here. I've been training the kids since they were 7, my daughter's team. And when I got charged with this knife charge last year, I came out of the court and I stuck my tongue out at your man, and that's went viral, like, you know what I mean? It was ridiculous, like, you know what I mean? And I was called in by the club, and I was told by the club that they were dropping me until the charges were dropped, that it was very serious, and it was this and it was that. It was very serious because the papers, the Sunday World, IFP candidate caught up on weapons charges. It was a epoxy penknife. Come on, you know what I mean? It was a penknife, you know what I mean? And it was in my bag. It wasn't as though I had it and I was waving it with the way you get half of these fellas. And all they say is then, oh, should I was using it by cutting fruit. Should I to go up trees and pick apples and I cut fruit? Get a grip, will you? Like, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous carry on, like, you know what I mean? It really is. What have we got here? Fraud. Sorry, what was that there? By far the most profitable business in this country is providing iPass accommodation, money for old rope. Nick here put himself forward for election, but people didn't they vote for him? Tells you everything. It's true. It's true. Listen, don't get me started on elections. There was a lot of people should have got in, or a lot of people should have got. Listen, I knocked on 6,000 doors. I know what people were thinking. Like, you know what I mean? 2 months, I think. What's that, Paddy? I'm just going to bring Orla up there. Orla's going to come in with me there. Hello, my friend. How are you? You all right?
Well, how are you?
I'm good, yeah, I'm good. I just said I wasn't going to do it, and then I thought I'll just do it. Jesus, just people might be watching there, you know what I mean? We're up to 300 there already, so happy days. Like,
Very good. What's with the cap?
I didn't brush my hair. That's what the cap is.
Oh no!
I got my hairs all over the shop, man. You know, so that's what the cap. I'm incognito tonight. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I'm incognito.
Yeah. Well, I'm only back in the door now, so.
Yeah, Anthony might drop on in the while. The opener's not well or something like that. He's the two boys are at that jumping ship. I think it's just me and you all. Like, you know what I mean? We have to steady. We have to keep this going. You know what I mean?
Steady the ship. What would you do without me, Paul?
Oh, I tell you, fair play. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, but I was meant to text. I should have texted her really. But
oh, Donna. But look, we'll get her on Sunday night.
We will get her on Sunday night. But I tell you what I want to do. I just want to show the picture of this because, like, this is it here. Oh, that's the Justice Minister. He's a gobshite. We don't want him. There it is there. I'm just going to share this for a minute, right? Now, entire screen. Boom, boom. Now, there we are. That's a victim knocked for 6. This is the victim. This is Donna O'Loughlin. Okay, Donna O'Loughlin ran for the Irish Freedom Party in Limerick. But yeah, in Limerick. But Donna was also a victim of he sexually assaulted her in a shop or something like that. She was working with him, was she, or something to that effect? Yeah. And he held her captive in the shop, and he was giving it loads the whole lot. And was he sacked? And he got $5,000, didn't he, for unfair dismissal? That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. He took a claim out against Aldi for unfair dismissal, and he got $5,000. Well, now apparently he's working for Air, selling the phone shit. And this guy actually knocked on Donna's door. Donna was his victim in Aldi, or I think it was Aldi.
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, victim knocked for 6 after evil predator appears at her door selling Air broadband. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, that is just, like, that lady should not have had this. You should have been deported.
But like, how random is it, like, for the predator to knock on her door? Like, I was talking to Donna today, and like, she just said, I just said to her, oh my God, you must have gotten such a fright. And she did. She got such a hop. But we were discussing, it was really funny because she had tagged me yesterday evening to share the post, and I didn't see it until today. And it was really funny because yesterday an Air guy came to my door, and I actually found him really pushy, and I found him hard to get rid of. Now, he was an Irish guy, but I just found him really pushy.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to her, like, I mean, I would have assumed that these guys are all vetted, Garda vetted, because they're calling to people's doors. They're going to be
Yeah.
calling to doors where there's elderly, where there's people with disabilities. And then I was just saying, like, you could have young women, you could have teenagers home alone, and he is a predator. I mean,
Yes.
he could end up getting another victim. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, how was he not Garda vetted? Like, Donna went and complained to Air and the whole lot, and they kept saying, "Oh, we're sorry, we're sorry." But like, it's no good saying sorry. Like, she's after getting a terrible fright. What if he attacks somebody else? Like, they have a duty of care. They have a responsibility.
Yeah, of course they have. But this is what I'm telling you. Like, nobody, I said this at the start of the show, nobody is talking about it. Nobody wants to talk about it, because if you talk about this stuff, they have to admit there's a problem and they have to address it. But
Yeah.
that's not what they do. They bury their heads in the sand and nothing to see here. And then you'll get something else. Oh, something happened such a place else. Something like there's 6 or 7 things that has happened since Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
There's a woman in Galway, her hands are all cut and everything from trying to defend herself at 6:30 in the morning, walking her
Yeah,
dog.
she was out walking her dog, yeah. And then there was another woman in Mayo as well.
Yeah, Mayo as well. Yeah, I have them there.
And in both, I posted on this yesterday, and in both articles, there is no description given. Like, Paul, like, me and you are probably in around the same age. Okay, I'm probably 20 years younger than you.
Yeah, well, you're way younger than me, Orla. Will you stop? Will you? I'm 56, for Jesus' sake. I'm only 4 years away from me 60th. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. I know. Listen, oil of Ulay. I've been using oil of Ulay.
Well, you see, that's how much younger I am, because we call it Ole.
See, this is what happens with the younger generation. Instead of saying give it a boy, it's full oil of Ulay. You just go Ole. Like,
Ole.
That's these Gen Z's lazy bastards, you know.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing now, Paul? Are you going around with your marathon bar? Are you?
Yeah, me Snickers. Yeah.
But what I was just saying was, like, you remember back in the day, if there was a serious attack and guards were looking for information, they put out an e-fit, or they put out a proper description for people to know who they're looking for. How are you supposed to know who you are looking for? I mean, like, say there's an attack and we'll say the man goes running off down the road. Somebody else could meet him along the way. Sure, they're not going to know who they're looking for.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you have them knocking. They're knocking everywhere.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who these people are. That's just the way it is. You know
and
what
I was just saying to Donna as well, right? I have a few charity things coming up between events and different charity work that I'm going to be doing. I have to be Garda vetted for every single one of them. And I'm not going into anyone's house or anything like that. I still have to be Garda vetted. So how in God's creation is an employee for Air, who again is calling to people's houses, not vetted?
I'd be honest, I just can't answer it. Like, to be honest with you, they should be vetted. You know what I mean? Like there's no way he should have got a job there. There's no way he should have got a job there with Air after what happened with Donna.
But sure, he didn't.
You know what I mean?
Seemingly, he didn't give the right information or whatever. But then again, he wasn't properly vetted.
Obviously, you know what I mean. So,
but I agree there with Cora. Like, I mean, anyone that comes into this country, right, and they commit a crime, they should be immediately deported. And I'm not talking about like getting a parking ticket. I'm talking about an assault, a rape, murder, beating, anything like that, anything serious. They should be immediately deported.
Yeah, they really should. Yeah. But,
like, we have enough of our own criminals in this country that we can't manage without bringing in more.
Yeah, I know. But even your man on Sunday, like, he was served with a deportation order in 2022.
Yeah.
And didn't self-deport. Like, self-deporting. What good is self-deporting? You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I actually have a guy coming on there now in a minute to talk about it too. His wife, they're trying to deport his wife. I think she's South African. She's married, the whole lot. She's been living here years, and she's been served with a deportation order. While these yahoos are allowed do whatever they want, you
Well,
know.
why is she served with an order?
She's going to tell us in the next few minutes. I'm going to get her on there now in the next few minutes. But I said I'd let them settle in there first for a few minutes. They're only home. They're only in the door. So I'm going to just lightly smoke there. But,
No, it's absolutely ridiculous. So it is. I mean, there is just one attack after another, just even in the last week.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Every day there's been one. Every day. And then you have this shit in Germany then today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, they'd want to be taking it very serious about the St. Patrick's Day threat. And while, yes, it might be only just a threat, how do we know? I mean, there's 100,000 go to St. Patrick's Day parade and a lot of children.
Now you have it. That's exactly what's happening. You know what I mean? But I don't bother anymore. I stopped it a long time ago because I just don't trust it. It's the ideal spot.
Yeah, sometimes we just go to the local ones. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. You know, it just depends.
There's local ones now. I know my kids go to local ones and the whole lot. So yeah, that's good. But I wouldn't go into town at all. There was too many people in there. Way too many people.
I know. And then we discussed over the last couple of days. I don't know if we talked about it on Tuesday evening about the Lord Mayor and her disgraceful carry on, sniggering and laughing after. I knew we put up Malachy and Gavin, and we talked about her disgraceful behaviour. Do you know what I mean? Sniggering and laughing, and them trying to talk about, you know, like a very serious subject of the increased crime and the violence and everything like that in Dublin.
Yeah, there's what Liz Pepper just said. It's not even safe to answer your door now. I don't entertain anyone selling at the door. You know,
well, do you know what,
people
Liz,
were at the door the other day.
Yeah, and you know what, Liz? Yes, exactly. And what did Jim O'Callaghan say? Wasn't it him? Or no, sorry, was that Marie Shercock? Wrong place, wrong time. So you can't even be at your own doorstep, but you're in the wrong place. So what was she saying? That's their fault that they got stabbed. Like, just shocking.
Yeah, of course, random. Of course it was random.
Yeah. Jim O'Callaghan said that, random. Well, it's randomly every day now.
Someone Marathon Bar. The old Snickers. No, I like a Star Bar or Boost.
The Star Bar, that's Boost.
Yeah. What was Star Bar's called? What was Star Bar's called? Yeah.
I'd like a Star. No, yeah, I'd like a Star Bar or Boost. So is Boost called Star Bar?
No.
That is correct. Only you have to be better to help the homeless. Yeah.
Only old people will know what a Star Bar used to be called. Yeah. Nobody. Lion bars. Somebody likes lion bars. Lion bars. No, that's not what it was called. There we go.
No, lion bars are still lion bars.
Yeah. It's 5,000 new Irish citizens today. I've seen that. That's well. You don't even need to. You don't even need to be there. You can get them by email today. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I'll tell you what it used to be called. Like, you know what a Star Bar used to be called? It used to be called a nunch. Nunch. A nunch. Nunch. Yeah. And it was bleeding lovely. A lot more chocolate. Yeah. And do you remember what's the little ones now that you get? Do you remember the little chocolate ones? What are they called? No, Freddos weren't around. No. The little ones, they used to be huge. They used to be about that length. They're called chomps. You know chomps?
Oh, yeah. They still have chomps.
Yeah. They used to be called trigger bars. They were about that length. Double the size, like, for about 5 pence is all they were. It was brilliant.
Do you remember the days where you used to go to the shop with like £1 and you'd come back with absolutely loads? Brunch. Yeah. Liz, do you mean the ice cream? Because you know the ice cream is like...
Do you remember Opal fruit?
No, I don't like Opal fruit.
It's Starburst. They're Opal fruits.
They're Starburst now, they're Starburst.
Opal fruits made to make your mouth water. Telling you, it was deadly.
Yeah. When I
remember time bars?
Oh, the time bars. Yeah, I don't think I like them actually. When I was growing up with my brother, we used to have a local shop, like a little small shop down the road from us. So we used to go off down, and as I said, you go with your £1, and you'd come back, and your arms would be full with stuff. Do you know?
That was back in the Triassic period.
What was?
Nice, but when all them chocolates were out.
Oh my God, yeah.
Uh,
And actually, I think I
funny.
sent it on to you today, Paul, in relation to, if I didn't, I can pull it up. Did you see over the last couple of days, it was announced that is it 35% of foreign nationals are on the dole.
Yeah. Did you send that to me today? Or you sent it to me, did you?
Just check and see that I sent it to you today.
I'll check now. Just see. Because if you did, I'm sure it's I'm sure I have it somewhere. Because I save all the stuff you send me. No. Hold on.
Now, hold on a second. If you didn't, I'll have it. Just hold on a second.
Yeah. I'm just going to send this as well to myself because you did send this to me, and I have to say this is mad. What you sent? This is the book. This is the Irish book for first years that you sent me earlier. Ben Gilroy, tell me there's an agenda without telling me there's an agenda. I will start. This is the new Irish book for first years in national schools. You know, you're going to fall off early or sideways. You had to freeze in there, Orla, did you? Yeah. But, yeah, like, come on. Like, what do we need this for? You know what I mean? It's, like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Savolia, Unar, Canagar. Like, come on. I'm going to stop sharing that now. But, let me see there now. Don't forget the Drifter. Oh, do you remember the Drifter bars? Oh, I remember them. They were lovely. Drifters were savage, yeah, they were. We went with 10%, get a Red Devil Amigos, a lolly, and a toffee bar. It's true, yeah, you did. But I'm just going to pull this up now. Orla's going to come back in there now. She went off for a minute. What happened? The internet go off or something?
I sent you 2 things on. So, of what I was talking about, it just shows the figures.
Okay,
so you can pull the 2 things up. Yeah, isn't that shocking with the book? And then seemingly there's another book in the library where there's 2 Africans on it. And that's some sort of new book as well. And it's in Irish.
It's just beggars belief, look, you know what I mean? It really does, look. I'm going to share this, what you sent there as well. Yeah, let me just check that there. There we go.
Liz, what's a Red Devil Amigo? A Red Devil Amigo.
Bars.
Oh, the bars.
Yeah. New data shows, non-nationals account for 36% of job seekers' allowance payments. Statistics for 23 issued to the Department of Social Protection on January 16 of this year show some interesting patterns regarding the proportion of persons of different nationalities claiming the various types of welfare payment available through the DSP. 36% of those in receipt of job seekers' allowance in 23 were non-Irish nationals, and that's the total number of non-nationals in receipt of unemployment payments had almost doubled to 57,798 over the same period. Foreign nationals now account for 36 of all job seekers allowance in 20. Yeah, that's that. We just shown that there a minute ago.
But if you go down to it, it just shows further figures. If you just bring it up a little bit. See?
Oh, Jesus,
if you go down, see?
Yeah.
He hasn't worked out. Like, look at the amount over a year that's been paid out, and that is just on foreigners. That's not our own. Like, how are we going to keep that going? And then imagine if they bring in all these Palestinians. How are we going to keep a social welfare going?
Is this the plan? You know what I mean? Like, we signed into this migration pact, didn't we? That we take people from genocidal countries, and this is a genocide apparently going on in Gaza. So we will be obligated then to take them people in. From what my understanding is, that what we signed into, signed into taking genocidal refugees as well. And if we've done that, we've no choice, have we? You know, how we going
and then remember
now?
Yeah. And then remember, we will be dictated to as well as to how many we take in.
Yeah.
And if they go on, they all go on to the social welfare as well. Like, how are we going to keep that going?
Yeah. But, like, them numbers as well, they're flawed, them numbers as well. because if you look at it, all the Irish people are getting taken off the social welfare. You're still getting a social welfare payment, but then you join this crowd called CTEC or CTEC. I do have to go to them once every month. You know what I mean? They look for work for you. They send you on courses, or they do different stuff for you. Now, like the girl I have is brilliant. I'm not going to knock her, but I only found out a couple of weeks ago that once you're on that CTAG thing, you're taken off the live register. So if you're gone off the live register, you're not really gone off the live register, are you? You know what I mean? You're still unemployed. But because and then if you get a job through these, they get something like $5,000 or something for getting you this job. They're an English company. But that's what I'm saying to you. Like, if 36% of all job seekers welfare, you know what I mean? Like, have they taken that with all of us inside it, or all of us, or with us taking out of it? Is it 36%? You know what I mean? You don't know.
It's 36%, seemingly. Doesn't it say that it's 36% foreign nationals?
Yeah. It's just,
like, that's a huge number. That is a massive number. Like, how are we going to keep that going? And then what? Bring in thousands of Palestinians on top of it?
Yeah. It's crazy. It really is crazy. But stop sharing that. Sorry. But like when you look at the figures, like, it's just like, as I told you this last week on the column. Like, I was standing behind a guy last week that was only in his 30s. He was a young enough guy, and he collected 925 quid social welfare.
Yeah.
Like, what does that tell you? He must have 7 or 8 kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
They don't need to work. You know what I mean? And they're driving around in the best of cars, Mercedes, BMWs. You know, he was a Roma. Like, seriously, like, you know what I mean? It was
the best
of cars. A white Mercedes he pulled up in outside. You know what I mean? Come on. If I pulled up outside the social welfare in a white Mercedes, there'd be a steward's inquiry into me why I'm doing that. You know what I mean?
I know.
You know what I mean? An Irishman can't have anything nowadays. You know what I mean? For they're scrutinising you, and they're means testing you, and they're doing all sorts of shit. Whereas these come in, throw out a few kids, and just sit there sitting pretty. They get $9.25 a week, which, what does that work out at? $3,700 a month, and then they get 1,400 or 1,500 quid children's allowance. Those men in jobs 30 and 40 years aren't on that sort of money. It's a disgrace, like, you know what I mean? It really is a disgrace. Like, I went through the iPass centre, and what's happening here is, as well, these guys that are in the iPass centres are working, but they're only supposed to be doing 20 hours a week to cover themselves. They get that this, and they get all their benefits and the whole lot. If I tried that, BJ's, they'd have someone following me to check this out, to catch me. You know what I mean? It's disgraceful. Lads, with all the crap that happened recently, what does the next 6 to 12 months look like for here? Look at,
I don't know, Ken. It's not good. I know. Look at Munich today. Yeah, we were discussing that. Shocking.
It's not good.
I actually had, if you go on to my Facebook page, Paul, this morning I actually shared a good video about a man. He's a hotel owner over in, I'm not sure what part of England, but he owns a hotel called the Camelot Hotel. It was on GB News.
Video,
yeah. Can you pull it up? It's actually really good for people to listen to what he said. And he did not sell his soul for money. But wait till you hear what he says about the local town and the local economy. Like, it's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a couple of minutes long.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, I'm just pulling up here now. Just bear with me.
Yeah, it's just from this morning on my Facebook page.
Yeah, I'll check it out now. All right. You have a look for you. Boom. See, Facebook does my head in on the PC. All I don't know. There you are there. Yeah. My internet's very slow for some reason. Dublin boy 14 stabbed with zombie knife by burglars as he played video games.
Yeah, that was in the last week. Yeah, 2 Irish lads. Sorry, like, the young lad was Irish and the fellow who stabbed him was Irish. I think it was a burglary, but again, another stabbing, and a 14-year-old. That was in Clondalkin, I think. Yeah.
Well, Right, I'm gonna
Have you
share
got it?
this, just let you hear what this man has to say, because I've already listened to it, you know.
The Home Office to house migrants. What did they offer you and why did you turn it down?
Well, it was a considerable amount of money, Beverly. It was probably double what we would normally make on a good year, because they offered full occupancy on a rolling contract for a year.
So how does that work? Somebody literally just picks up the phone to you, or do they send you a letter?
They sent us a letter first.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I thought it was a joke. And
because of the amount of money they were offering.
well, I just couldn't believe that the government wanted to put, you know, illegal migrants up in four-poster beds
Yeah.
at Camelot Castle. I mean, it was absolutely remarkable. It would have destroyed the village, because one of the things they said is to lay off all the staff, and all but two, because they do
They bring
meals
their own
they do
staff.
meals on wheels. You clean the rooms once a week.
You're probably a big employer in the village.
Well, a major employer in the village,
Yeah.
and locally, and of course those jobs in a village like Tintagel, they wouldn't be replaced.
No.
So, but also they would have stacked the place up with about 300 people, and you know, you then have those people wandering around the village. I don't know whether they intended to contain them or whether they would be allowed out and about. I know in other areas, certainly hotels in Newquay have had some serious problems, because there were a few hotels that did take the migrants there.
Presumably people who stay at your hotel then spend their money in the village.
Well, of course they do. They do spend their money there, and it would have destroyed the local economy. You know, it's hard to say how many hundreds of thousands of pounds our guests spend in the village, but certainly a fair amount. But it's also the cultural degradation that goes along with this.
There you go now. Paul, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I turned off my mic there. No, but that's the same, the length and breadth of this country.
Yeah.
All these little villages are losing out to this. The likes of Knock now is going to lose out. The likes of Arklow, the likes of Athlone, you know, anywhere that has little shops and villages, Newtown, anywhere like that, Wicklow, Bray, they're all going to lose out. You know what I mean? And like the hotel owners, like, fair play to him, he's at that putting his foot down and saying, no, I'm not doing it. But most of the hotel owners here, it's full occupancy for them. You know what I mean? All year round. You know, come on, that's they're thinking of money here. They're thinking of all that. You know, that's it.
Yeah, and I thought it was very interesting the way he pointed it out, that they wanted to get rid of the staff, and he said there's no way the town can take that. And then he said hundreds of thousands would be lost in the local economy over a year. Do you know?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Because that's what happens when people go to hotels. They spend money in the local town.
Well, that's it. Look at Kilkenny. Kilkenny's going to be decimated now as well. You know what I mean? Liz Pepper, I actually think there's more than they are saying. Just feel things are worse than we are now. I know, yeah. I know. But as we were talking about that jihadi stuff, I'm just going to pull up. This is Ben. I'm going to play Ben Scallon here now. Right, this is... Hang on. I'll share that. Yeah. Now, we just listen to what Ben has to say. This is about the Patrick's Day terror.
Mr. Jim O'Callaghan has confirmed that he is aware of reports of Islamist terror threats made against St. Patrick's Day events in Ireland. As first reported by Gript, Europol has said that they are monitoring jihadist terrorist propaganda material shared online by Islamic extremists, which includes threats against cultural events in Europe and America, such as St. Patrick's Day celebrations in Ireland. Following these reports, independent TD Carol Nolan asked Justice Minister Jim O'Callaghan if he was aware of the threat and if he would make a statement on the matter. I can confirm that I am aware of the reports referred to by the deputy, O'Callaghan replied. The deputy will appreciate that it would not be appropriate nor in the public interest for me to comment on particular security arrangements I can, however, assure the deputy that An Garda Síochána, working with their international partners, remain vigilant regarding potential security threats, and the authorities here are taking and will continue to take the necessary and appropriate measures to counteract the threat from terrorism. In addition to this, responding to the Europol statement, organisers of the St. Patrick's Day Festival told Gript that the safety of festival attendees is of paramount importance to St. Patrick's Day Festival, adding, "We work closely with An Garda Síochána in the lead up to and throughout the festival and take on board all and any advice that they offer." Last week, Gript asked An Garda Síochána if they would comment on the threat. Gardaí replied that the matter was with one of our admin offices and that a response will issue in due course. However, a week later, no response has yet been received, and if and when a response is issued, we will be happy to publish that in full. Notably, in 2018, Gardaí opted to establish an anti-terrorism operation in Dublin for the St. Patrick's Day event, strategically shielding the parade route with large vehicles such as fire trucks to prevent any potential vehicular terrorist attacks such as those seen in the city of Nice and London at the time. At that time, the Gardaí said that the action was taken as a precautionary measure and that there was no direct evidence of a threat and definitely no need for any concern. Infamously, in 2017 in England, 3 attackers drove a van into pedestrians on London Bridge and then proceeded to stab people in the nearby Borough Market. 8 people were killed and 48 were injured, and one of those London Bridge attackers had lived in the Dublin suburb of Rathmines. Moreover, Europol's latest terrorism report showed a surge in jihadist activity in Ireland and across Europe, and in August last year, a 16-year-old boy was arrested in Galway for allegedly stabbing and hospitalising an Irish Defence Forces chaplain, with Gardaí asserting that they believed that the accused had a radical Islamist mindset. And a previous interview with the Irish Independent featured a de-radicalised Irish Muslim claiming that the country had an extremism problem.
We talked about there being a big presence of radical extremists in Ireland.
Yeah, there's at least 100 to 150 max minimum.
And what kind of things did they talk about?
They just talked about people that, about targeting, about what was happening, about the infidel, like they wanted to kill basically the non-Muslims.
And they thought that Ireland was a soft place to hide.
Yeah, they thought Ireland was a soft touch. I know that they will eventually, I'm sure that they will attack Ireland.
But what do you think? Should authorities be taking the St. Patrick's Day threat seriously? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Wow, that is just crazy. That is just crazy. I tell you, I was talking about Jonathan and Dalma.
Sorry, somebody just put up a comment there with my name on it about is it the Brazilian guy? Hold on. It just went up there very quickly.
Sorry. That's
oh my God.
Committed a horrible night attack to Tony Brada. He's a Deliveroo cyclist. I'm hearing Deliveroo and Just Eat are giving undocumented illegal immigrants jobs. Listen, as I said, I drove through. I'm going to just bring in, I'm just going to address this. I'm going to bring in Jonathan and Dalma, right? They want to tell me about about the deportation order. But they're all Deliveroo drivers. So I'm just going to bring them in there now. Just bear with me there. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Dalma. How's things?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you all. Thanks a lot for having us anyway. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Well, I just want people to hear your story. I just want people to hear your story here. Like they're not serving deportation orders on these guys who's committing crimes, but yet they're serving a deportation order on your wife. You know?
Yep.
Tell your story there. Go on and let's hear what's happening.
I won't go through all the files, but anyway, we're just back from Dublin, as per usual, having to go up, every couple of weeks to present ourselves, my wife. So, yeah, just I don't know why, that's what they want us to do. So, yeah, so I suppose we're married now, coming up to 3 years. We're together now 4 or 5 years long. We started a long distance relationship. We initially met in Dublin and then just went from there. We went a full legal route. We didn't we didn't cut any corners. Dalma she came from poverty in Argentina, worked since she was 13, and work was really what just kind of kept her going. And since she's come to Ireland, they refused to give her the stamp 4 visa. So for the last few years, she hasn't been able to work whatsoever. Um, we haven't even done cash in hand because it's too risky. We actually had a guard up in Burkey suggest to us that that
I can work illegally. Yeah.
to
cash in hand.
to Dalma to work cash in hand, which I turned around and I said to him, "So you're telling me to risk after years of waiting now to risk that?" So that was an absolute no-go. But yeah, so I have just a little bit of a statement written out. If I can, maybe that might give you a bit more information. If
Go
that's
ahead.
okay, if I read it out,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
grand, okay. Yeah, so basically, okay, so I'm an Irish citizen who has always respected our laws, and my wife, an Argentinian national, is facing a deportation order despite her unwavering commitment to legal compliance. We have engaged a well-renowned immigration solicitor in Dublin, but due to a massive legal backlog and an overwhelmed system, the legal route is proving very inadequate. Um, Meanwhile, our country faces an influx of both legal and illegal immigrants, which has strained our current administrative framework. Um, with every avenue exhausted, really, it is now clear that public awareness and political intervention are our only remaining options. Really, now we're going to have to just go to the media at this stage. So I'm calling on the media and the public to help shine a light on this injustice, but not only to protect our family, but also to push for a fair and more humane immigration system that recognizes the rights of those who abide by the law. Our case is not just about one deportation order, it is a signal of a system in crisis that demands reform. So I have a little bit more detailed explanation as to our case. If it's okay, if we go ahead to read that.
Go ahead. You walk away. You have the floor there. Tell the story. Go ahead.
Okay, grand, thanks. So a little bit more detailed explanation. So basically, we're standing here before you, well, myself as an Irish citizen who is adhere to every legal and regulatory requirement in terms of the immigration rules. My wife, as you know, is Argentinian national, and I share a life built on the principles of respect of our country's laws and values. Despite her full compliance and genuine marriage, my wife now faces a deportation order. It's been going on now up to a year. She hasn't been given any sort of a visa for the last 3-4 years. She can't work. We've sought every available legal remedy and are represented really by one of Dublin's most respected immigration solicitors. And he even admits that his hands are tied now because of just the backlog from immigrants, you know. But however, our experience is emblematic of a larger systemic failure, a legal process mirrored in an overwhelming backlog, leaving well-intentioned citizens without a timely resolution. Our predicament is made even more complex by the reality that Ireland is currently grappling with significant influx of immigrants, both those who have entered legally and others whose situations remain unregulated. This surge has placed enormous pressure on an already strained system. For those of us who have consistently played by the rules, the current circumstances have rendered the traditional legal pathway almost effectively ineffectual. So when every formal channel for redress has been slowed or obstructed by administrative inertia, turning to the media becomes not merely an option but an absolute necessity, in my opinion, and my solicitor as well. We believe that by drawing public attention to our case, we can illuminate the broader issues at stake. It's not just about one deportation order, as I already said. It's about ensuring that the rights of every, Irish individual, and anyone for that matter who abides legally, by our laws are protected, and that our immigration system is held accountable for its failures, which unfortunately no one wants to claim accountability. So I'm just finishing up now. So
Go ahead.
I'm trying to urge policymakers, community leaders, and the general public to recognise our struggle is emblematic of a larger need for reform, a call for a more responsive and just system. Our story highlights the urgent need for political engagement and public oversight to ensure that those who live by our laws are not left unprotected by a system in crisis. So that's kind of just what I kind of put together, just, wrote down. We're open for any questions,
Yeah, fair play. Fair
and
play.
anything at all. We're just kind of, at this stage now, like, as I
You're
said
in
to,
limbo.
yeah, limbo or purgatory, whichever one
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
hell. Yeah.
That's absolutely shocking. I think, I'm not sure if it was Liz put it in there, about reaching out to Stephen Kerr and Suzanne
Yeah.
Delaney from the Irish Inquiry. Also, have you been in contact with the guys from Gript?
no, now that's the next step, hopefully, to
Get
go
in
on.
contact with the guys from Gript. And also, do you know there's another
Well,
crowd as well, and there's a great platform. It's called Lawyers for Justice. They're solicitors, I think, based up in Donegal. But they have a great platform for calling things out as well. So it'll be worth reaching out to all of them. And then, have you been in contact with any TDs?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So basically, I'm due to start. The other thing as well is I have to be in employment in order for my wife to be able. I have to be earning over. I think it's something like 45,000 or something like that. For her to be eligible to live here and get residency. But yeah, so. I'm in Waterford, so I was in with John Cummins, who is now Minister for State. He's Fine Gael, but look, I'm just going to everyone, regardless of their party.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, I was in with Sinn Féin. I was in with what's his name? Sinn Féin. What's his name again? One of my favorite politicians. I can't even think of his name. He's a shadow kind of health.
Sean Cummings? No.
No. But anyway, and I was also in with Mary Butler's office. I know Mary Butler is fairly useless, but I went in and I spoke.
They're all useless. Every one of them are useless.
Yeah. So and it's their secretaries really that know. Some of the secretaries know. They know more than the politicians, the secretary.
Sorry, you're only married 3 years, aren't you? You're with her 5 years. Sorry, you're with Dalma 5
Yeah,
years.
so,
Yeah, 3 years.
yeah, we're coming up to 3 years,
Yeah,
aren't
3
we?
years.
Yeah.
Have you any children?
No,
No.
and we are desperate to start a family now because we're coming to the age now. We're in our mid-30s. If we
Yeah.
leave it any longer, you know, it's going to be very difficult.
It's more complicated for me because
Yeah.
my
Now
age.
there
Of course,
is,
if you do get deported, yeah.
yeah. Now there is a European I see. I have law degrees myself, so I do a bit of research now and again on new laws. But there is new. I don't know how new it is. EU law where basically, if we were to have a child,
Yeah, Zambrano.
yeah, it's called Zambrano. Yeah,
Called
the
Zambrano.
Zambrano principle. I think it was a case that was upheld in the EU. So effectively, if Dalma was to have a child, if she was to get pregnant and have a child now, everything would be resolved. She would get a visa. She would get citizenship. She would get everything. So this is kind
Off you
of.
go. Off you go.
Wow, it's difficult.
It's
Yeah.
not that easy, Paul. It's not that easy.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It's very difficult.
Yeah. So, like,
we don't know.
It's even more difficult with this hanging over your head, I'd say. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Jesus, you know, it's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of,
I'm just thinking as well, Paul, you can clip this part and we'll all share it out tomorrow. Paul,
Oh,
will
yeah,
you
I'll
get
share
in
it
contact
tomorrow,
with maybe Gavin? I know Gavin's up in Dublin, but he's got a good platform for highlighting all this. Reach out as well to Philip Dwyer. Do you know Philip Dwyer? He's got a good platform as well. I'd be getting as much of this out as possible to as many people as possible.
Well, I'll get on to Susan later on, and I'll let Susan
Yeah,
know.
Susan
You know what I
Delaney,
mean?
yeah, and Gavin and Philip Dwyer and all them, because the more people, and Fair Power, the more people that share this with a good platform. Do you know actually who'd be good at sharing this as well, Paul? I think you have contact with him. Andy Quirk, Damo and Ivor. He's a huge platform as well.
Yeah.
The more people are sharing this, the better.
Sorry, what's his name?
Andy Quirk, Damo and Ivor.
Do you remember Andy Quirk? Damo and Ivor. Do you remember years ago there was a show on
Oh,
Damo and Ivor?
yeah, of course I do,
But Andy has a huge platform. Like we have to show the hypocrisy of this. Do you know what I mean? There's a legal immigrant coming in here and getting away with blue murder. There's wanted criminals. There's wanted criminals coming in here as well.
Did you marry in Ireland? Somebody's asking.
No. So we actually got married in Denmark. We had a honeymoon in Mallorca, and then we flew directly from Mallorca to Denmark. I suffer from anxiety, and so does Talma.
Yeah, we back to.
So we
go to Ireland.
Yeah, we wanted to
Sorry,
have.
I'm not very. Yeah, I'm not very fluent in English.
We wanted to basically have a quiet and obviously financially cheaper one. But now apparently the law changed in 2016 where the Irish government voted that they're under no obligation now to recognise any marriage, even if it's within the European Union. So there's no obligation. In terms of
Dalma, do you mind me asking what religion you are?
Religion,
yeah.
Religion.
I'm Jehovah's Witness.
You're Jehovah's Witness. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought maybe if you were Catholic or something like that, or Christian, that would it help going to a bishop, or do you know what I mean? Just somebody else to put a word in, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because you could say, "Oh, I'm Catholic. I'm living in a Catholic country." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking outside the box.
And the Jehovah's Witness, we are Christian too, anyway.
Yeah, might be good to, because we have to get more. We've already gotten references, from family and friends, and we have to get more again. But I got an email there from a producer on for News Talk. So they want me to go on News Talk, which I agreed to do. There is another. Is there another radio station? Can't remember that. I'm getting emails constantly now, and journalists.
Just want it getting out there. You need to get
Yeah.
it out there. Yeah.
Well, like,
Really
So
do.
anyone we mentioned there, just reach out to them as well, and Paul will be reaching out as well, and we'll all be sharing as well. The more people know about this, the better, because you cannot have one rule for one and one rule for another. You cannot have people coming into this country with criminal records, you know, murderers, rapists, and they're allowed in here, and they're here for months or God knows how long, like, and then they're looking to depart. It's truthful.
Undocumented. Like, as I said, it nearly would have been, well, realistically, it would have been better if Dalma literally, when she arrived in Ireland, if she just ripped
Went
up her
iPads.
passport.
Yeah.
Just if she just ripped up her passport, we probably.
Yeah, there's more rights then. She has more rights then. Yeah. You see, but this is what happens when you try to do the right thing. You get screwed over by this government. And it's not only happening here. This is happening in America. It's happening all around the world too. They're letting these migrants in and are ruining the country. You know what I mean? And then I'm not saying normal people, I'm saying nice people who are coming in here to get married and to have kids and to contribute to this society are being shunned. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. I think was there not a case there a while back where a South African was looking to be, not looking to be, but it was threatened with deportation as well. And she reckoned the same thing. It was because she was actually white.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and she was working here and everything. And I can't remember where I saw the story, but I remember coming across it at some stage. And that's what she believed, because she was white.
Now, I was talking to briefly on someone on Reddit. She's from Brazil, and she married an Irish citizen as well. Now, she said after 5 years, it lasted 5 years before she could get anywhere. But she said after 5 years, they had a child. The minute she had a child, she was given the stamp for a visa, and she was basically given everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's really like I've studied law for most of my life, but immigration law is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
Absolutely insane.
Paul, do you know who else? Tracy O'Mahony. Tracy O'Mahony is a barrister. That's another one, Tracy O'Mahony. Reach out to Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy is Lawyers for Justice as well, is she? No, she's not.
No, she's not with Lawyers for Justice, but she's a barrister and she's awake to all this as well. So she's definitely worth contacting. She's after just when you were talking about the legal. But Lawyers for Justice, again, they have a good platform and they'll highlight it as well.
Brilliant. Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem. Just talk to them.
Yeah, I think I follow them anyway. Lawyers for Justice.
Lawyers for Justice, yeah, they're based up in Donegal. They're very, very good now, I have to say. And and Tracy O'Mahony's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? And she's a barrister.
Yeah.
Someone's just asking there, Dalma, what do you really think about Ireland? Is it better than your country? Well, you have a better leader now than we have now, I have to say.
I really like Ireland.
Yeah,
I really like Ireland. It's very safe compared with my country, and the economy is a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ireland is not safe now, Dalma. Not as safe as it used to be, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really like Ireland. It's very nice.
You know what? This just shows what the Irish are really like. You know, we're always there to try and help out and, you know, lend support wherever we can. But then, you see, this is where the problem is. Then you get taken advantage of. Do you know?
Yeah, we're nearly
taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is, you know. And then that's what's led to this as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But it is very, very unfair to have illegal immigrants and troublemakers and God knows what coming into this country and been allowed to stay here and nothing been done to them. Look at that man that stabbed those 3 men. Like, he was out on bail for drugs crimes, and he, like, it wasn't just one. I think he was out on a few, and like, he's wandering around the place, and then he goes and he
But there
stabs
was a
3 people.
deportation. There
And
was a
is he-
deportation
order,
order
yeah.
in 22.
Sorry, yes.
That's another immigrant, is it?
Yeah,
He's an
the guy
immigrant.
who cut the people's throats. I've
Yeah.
seen it.
He was,
like-
I think he was from Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, even in work, like, the first thing I always ask if there's a mass stabbing or whatever shooting, first thing I'll ask is the nationality of them. And then some people in work look at me as if to say I'm a racist or something like that.
Yeah.
But like,
People is so sensitive.
yeah, you know, people are just absolutely, you know, I don't
You see,
understand.
I said this at the start of the show. The reason they won't tell you the nationality there now, and I think I have it there. I think somebody posted it earlier. I'll have a look for it now in a minute. Because if you find out it's a foreign national, that's it. They have to address the issue. You know what I mean? I watched the Garda thing there last month or the month before, and they had a guy who robbed the shop. Okay, he was as black as the ace of spades, right? And you could see it. And they tried to say that he had tanned skin. This guy had an afro and big lips. Like, this guy was as black as the ace of spades. Yeah. And then they tried to tell you, no, he wasn't. He had a lighter shade of skin. And like, if an Irishman does something now, they're straight out with it, telling you he's Irish. You know.
Never mind that they're telling you he's Irish. They would have up the name of his dog. They'd have that much of a description if they're Irish. Like, this is what I mean. Again, it's a 2-tier system. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like, we were just discussing this. Like, Jonathan, you'll remember this, right? Do you remember back when we were younger and somebody committed a crime in this country? There was a proper description given of who the assailant was. And normally there was an e-fit as well. That's all gone now.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Oh, if anyone has any information, contact the guards. But you don't know who you're looking for.
Yeah, that's it, like, you know, and the way it is now, and I see it as well when I speak to the newer Garda recruits. Really, they don't really have any idea really about how to handle you know, immigrants and all this sort of stuff. So they're very kind of, you know, hands off or extremely politically correct, you know, and I don't know where it's going to end up, but I'm hoping. I feel like maybe the citizens in Ireland are starting to get a little bit tired of it now. I don't know if I'm right in saying that now, but
Immigration.
I think immigration. I think people are starting to just kind of wake up now at this stage, you know.
Well, I live in an estate. Okay, it's a multicultural estate. I have Nigerians, I have Russians, I have Ukrainians. And listen, I get on well with every one of them. I talk to them, I everything. But the media have me portrayed as a racist who is anti this and anti that. I'm not anti. I'm anti-government because the government are ruining this country.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's true.
Like, and I also, sorry for cutting across you, but
Go on.
I always say to Dalma, look, if I was in the immigrant shoes, you know, I'd probably do the same thing, but I'm more angry at the government because it's the government are the ones that are.
It's not fair.
Are facilitating.
The government is not fair.
You know, so. Yeah,
you're right. You're right, Jonathan. I mean, if you're coming from a country that's poor and you're offered everything and anything, of course you're going to take it. But if the government didn't offer that, they wouldn't be coming in.
No, absolutely not. No.
Exactly. Now you have it. I don't care where they're from. Don't let the crimson into Ireland. Ashley Murphy might still be.
would be here.
Yeah. Poor Ashley Murphy. Yeah. That was
Mm-hmm.
the woman that was murdered.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And Joseph, what was it? Pushka. He was here 10 years and on the dole. 10 years. And he brutally murdered that woman. Like it was
Oh,
absolutely horrific, and he was here 10 years.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
And
difference
contributed
here
nothing
being
to
the
society.
difference here being he had kids here. As soon as he came in here, he had kids with his missus and the whole lot, and they were allowed to stay. That's what happened here. You know what I mean?
yeah. Basically, we'll have to. Like anyway, we wanted children, but
Yeah, but no, like with a lot pressure for the
Pressure.
government.
yeah.
We want to have a plan, a future, more money, more stability, but well,
Yeah.
Somebody
I know.
somebody just posted there, you're scammers or something. Hold on for a minute. And they're giving out here in the thing that you're two scammers. I don't think they are. This chap reached out to me through someone else today, and I really don't think they are. So hold on. Don't listen there. Don't listen to them, everyone. They are a pair of
I
scammers.
know. I even on Reddit, I'm used to the trolls and all that.
So Jonathan, if you can prove it, because you're going to have all your paperwork from the solicitors and all that to prove everything.
Have every single. I keep every single email and document. Just because I know you have to keep written records of absolutely everything, especially if it does go to court. But we don't reckon we reckon it won't go to court. Usually it's settled out of court, but hopefully we don't have to even go that far. Yeah. Because
And I was actually just going to laugh there. I was going to go, Jonathan, you're a scammer, are you? You know, you're Irish, so are you looking like to stay in this country as well, are you?
Yeah. Is there a particular reason why they think I'm a scammer?
I don't know, but she's posting there. Hang on now. I'll just say there. Hi everyone. Can you see my text? Yeah, I can see her text. D-Mac, Jonathan and Dalma are scammers. They are, I know. Okay, so someone's that they're asking here, can we have some proof here, D-Mac? Like we can all throw accusations up and say all sorts of shit we want. And like I'm in control of what goes across the bottom of the screen there. So, you know.
Whatever people want to say, I'm always interested in what people want to say.
Yeah.
So,
but obviously it's anonymous.
And free speech, you know, I'm a big advocate for free speech. So, you know, so that's basically
No,
it
listen,
now.
free speech is great as long as people aren't abusive towards the other. It's grand. And Dalma, you said you were working. What is your
He's Derek McLaughlin.
What's your qualification? Like what do you work at?
In Argentina, I work in optician for maybe 5 years. I'm a manager.
Oh, an optician.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. See, there you go. You're qualified.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's not an opticianist.
No, I'm not optician, but I work in optician.
She managed.
Yeah, I'm a manager in Buenos Aires.
A couple of high profile.
In Buenos Aires,
Yeah.
So.
Right, well, listen, if we can help you anymore, we will. As I said, I'll cut all this out and we put it up tomorrow. When I do the editing of this, we'll cut that bit out, we'll put it up and we'll pump it everywhere. And if we can help you, have my number.
With who we can get in contact with. And then anyone else I mentioned there, reach out to them as well and see what they can do. And look, fingers crossed for you both.
Well, I'll reach out to Suze. I'll reach out to Suzanne tomorrow and I'll give her your number if she wants to talk or if you need to do whatever. And
of course, obviously, the two of us now are going to psychiatrists or on medication.
Mental health,
medication
depression.
Now because like we have no idea what's going on, like, you know, and we're, you know, and
it's many years. Many times.
Yeah.
I can't see my family for maybe 4 years because I can't leave the country.
Yeah, I know.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
and
yet Ukrainians can come back and forward to Ukraine on holidays.
Exactly.
You know, come on.
I can't leave my country. I can't see my family. My Iran is dead. I can't see my dad before. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah,
that is crazy. It really is. Like, and listen, as I said, if we can help you in any way, we will. And if we know anyone that can help you in any way, we'll get you sorted.
Yeah.
So,
I want to say
listen, thank you.
thank
Go
you
on,
all
sorry.
the comments I see today. So I read all the comments. Thank you.
No problem, because people are being nice. It's just one or two that are not.
Yeah,
You know,
of
we
course,
get
of
them.
course, yeah.
We get them on here, no matter who we have on or who we're talking about.
Ah, of
It's
course,
usually slagging me and Orla, you know. But hey,
yeah.
listen, it's your turn tonight. Listen,
Yeah.
thank you very much for coming on, and
No,
as
thank
I
Thank you
said,
you.
so much.
we'll keep highlighting it. Jonathan
Yeah,
and Dalma,
thank
thank you
you.
very much. We will talk to you later.
Thank you
Cheers.
so
Good night.
much.
God bless.
Brilliant. Listen,
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But that's that's not on. You know what I mean? And then I'm
And then
qualified to
we've wanted terrorists, murderers, and rapists walking the streets. Like it just makes no sense whatsoever. Like fair enough if there was one rule and that's it, but it's just ridiculous.
Shout, here we go. Must have a shy. This is the new fella. Shout out to Fitzy and the 5 or 6 people that tune in. Orla, is Herman still riding? Patrice. I tell you, we actually have. Hang on, I think we have.
I'm not
we
even. Do
900
you know
now.
what? Don't even answer. Like, that is just nonsense. How the hell are we supposed to know what they're up to?
Nobody has it. But listen, hey, it's put it up there. Must have a shite. Let him have a shite. You know what I mean? D-Mac and Mustafa have used red flags in your bedrooms. I actually know. I know Derek. Derek was supposed to run for us in the election.
Derek?
Yeah.
But
So I don't know where
is he getting that from? Like, is he some sort of proof or something?
Well, now, okay. That couple are from Waterford. Okay, Derek is from Balbriggan or out that way, or Skerries or whatever. So, like, I don't know how he knows, but if he knows, I'd like him to let me know how he knows. You know what I mean? That's no problem. You know what I mean? If you have proof of something, throw the proof up. If you haven't, stop talking bollocks. You know what I mean? What's that? That's £1 million question, Martin Ellis. What did Martin Ellis put up there? Oh, I must have missed Martin Ellis. No, he's gone. Stop giving the mayor time. Stop giving the mayor time. Yeah, that's me. I know. Yeah, that's me. I know who it is, Derek. I know who it is. But Jelly Belly, what's this now? I'm still poor. I'm still as poor as I was in 1978. Hungry and skin. Our government's still lying. Seriously, they are off flying to other countries for Paddy's Day, but feck Ireland. It's true. It is true. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna see, can I pull down the gits? What you call it from the other day? But that was the Nick one. Sorry, that was from earlier. But yeah, sure. Listen, there's not that much to be talking about tonight. Now, I think we'll finish up now fairly shortly, in a few minutes. Not yet. But Balbriggan, he says, yeah, I know. Anyone Irish wanting to, anyone Irish wanting to marry foreigners should think about: do I want to marry them enough to go live in their foreign lands? If not, don't marry them. I don't know about that. Like, you know what I mean? I know people who have married foreign girls and girls who have married foreign men, and they're very happy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, let's be honest about it. Like, lads, you can argue here all you want and say everything you want about that couple, but she's a genuine person. Like, they're married. Like, we have 30,000 scammers coming in here and scamming the system, and you're giving out about this couple. Come on, lads. Come on. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that now at all, But
I said we have murderers, rapists, terrorists, and everything. Do you know what I mean? Walking the streets, and remember, and that's all been up on the news where they were found out by the guards and this, that, and the other. Do you know, how many more do we not know about? Like, if this couple is genuine, they're going to have all the paperwork to back everything up.
Yeah, exactly. No, you have it. Yeah.
But you know what? Like, where do you stop with something like that? I mean, like, all your friends and they're married to Scottish people. Does that mean they should be booted out? Or English people?
Yeah, I know English guys that are married to Irish girls here, and Ireland's island is too small for all this bullshit. Yeah, I agree. Sinn Féin traitors, is it? Failure. We're not giving out. Okay, sorry. So I'm not saying you, but there's a couple in the chat there that are, I know you're not giving out. Ireland forever. they should leave the country and re-entry as and identify as Muslim. You won't be long in your life back on track. It's true. Leave the country and come back in and into the what you call it, and into the iPass centre, and that's it. Register yourself, and that's it. End of story. She's a scammer. They paid 50 to come on. Oh, fucking hell.
Who's saying that?
Shite. What an arsehole. Mustafa shite there, look. She's a scammer. They paid 50 to come on. He's now up to 10 listeners. Duh. Yeah, good lad. You clown. 10 listeners more than you, you gobshite.
Well, you have the live, the numbers.
Yeah, there's
Live
900 there now watching us. Yeah, there's 900. Yeah, boom. There you go. I'll put it across the bottom there. We've 900 watching live. Fair play. We're still down a little bit, but
no, so what Tuesday night? What do we have Tuesday night? It was 1,200 we Tuesday night. 1,500 was Sunday night.
Yeah. Listen, as I said, we lost a lot of the Irish Freedom Party because we used to go out on their Twitter. You know what I mean? We used to get about 1,000 on there. Like, well, you have 40,000. You know, you think we get more than 1,000. Like, you know, but listen, the more this gets shared out, the better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the more people watch this tomorrow than they do tonight. You know that sort of way.
Sunday evening, as I said, sure, we're 1,500 viewers, so that's good. And then that's not to say who then comes on, you know, in the days afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, which was like spaces and all that. Like, it depends who people want to watch things.
Backhanders when it comes to. You have proof native Irish. Well done. Yeah, get it into me and we can talk about it on Sunday night if you want. You can get me there. I'll tell you. I'll put it across the screen there now. You'll get me on that email, irelandlive@gmail.com, or call me or send me a text on 089 203 1521. And that goes for anyone. If you have anything that you want us to talk about here or you have proof of something, get it into me and we will get it out. Don't you worry. But as I said again, we cut the bits out of this and put up the bits separately on Twitter, on Facebook, on what's the other one? TikTok. We do all of that. Now we get hits all the time. And the reason why I didn't play the Thunderstruck music this morning was, at the start of this, was because it's copyrighted. And they're blocking us through the copyright. That's what they're doing. They're not letting us play out because we use that music. So that's why we're not using any music. But yeah, you'll get me on that number there. You know what I mean? You'll get us also there on Fitzy Dub, Anthony Casey, Rugger Murph, your Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons, Martin Murphy's Facebook, and the irishchannel.com live where you can comment. Yeah. So that's us going out there. So yeah, I'd like to see the backhanders. I'd like to get proof of that, and I would definitely. I'd go travel for that if I had to. There's a guy there now. I married a Mexican girl and grew up in Raheny, Dublin. Fair play to you, Aaron. Yeah. Aaron Wolves, and are you from Edenmore? I think I know Wolfson from Edenmore. But hang on, Billy Bogus, yeah. Best Irish podcast going. Thank you very much. Fair play to you, Dan. Thank you very much. Yeah, good man. You'll never get Ireland back with all this fuckery. No, you won't.
Unless we have mass deportations, we won't.
Yeah, there he is again. Sorry, all. I'll rephrase that. It's Patrice shagging Herman. Maybe. We don't know, and we don't care.
We don't know.
I don't give a shit. We really don't care. Do you know something? Because if you have proof, get it in here. We'll throw it out. No problem.
We don't want photographs.
Matters. Yeah. I don't want any photographs. They should leave the country and re-entry. Yeah, that's the same again. Yeah. Get a DJ to make you up a tune. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah. Do you know who I might get? I might get Mark Joseph Parsons to do one for me. He does a bit of music, and Mark's a friend of mine, so I might get Mark Joseph to do me up a little banjo thing, or something just to start us off, and that'll be his copyright. You know what I mean? And when we make it big, then he'll be getting royalties off us. Keep it with your mates, you know. Yeah. Take care, folks. Dennis must be heading off. See you later, Dennis. Take it easy. Cheers, mate. Thanks.
I actually sent on somebody had sent me on a couple of messages in relation to this hotel is it Newbridge, and
stop, I know. Come on, who's Shag Herman with the sports bottle heading him? I really. D my guy Paul at Norda. How are you, Derek?
Hi, Derek. Anyway, I was saying
Paul, are you shagging Orla? Not unless I'm posting and fucking down to her. You gobshite you. Oh man.
Oh my
Stay away from the Munsling and Tom Garvin. Oh,
Anyway, I'm going back to my story. So,
go on,
if
sorry.
anyone is on here from, I think it's Newbridge, because I'm just quite curious about this. Seemingly, there's a hotel in, as I said, I think it's Newbridge, is being closed, right? And there was Ukrainians and all that in it. And I was trying to find out, is it been closed to Ukrainians and iPass coming in, or what's going on? But seemingly it's been there for years, you know. And then others say, no, iPass is already there, because I thought it was doing, you know, the switcheroo, which is going on everywhere, where they're booting the Ukrainians out and bringing in the iPass because there's more money. So I just love to know what the story is, or is the hotel closing altogether? And if it is it opening back up as a hotel, or what's going on? Because why?
Which hotel is it now?
Years, I can't think of the name of it. I think it's in Newbridge.
It's not the Moy Valley one.
No, it's not My Valley. It's another one.
I haven't seen. Did you
it's in
send
the
it?
papers. I just can't think of the name of it. Is anyone from that area on tonight? Can't think of the name of it. But I just thought it was really interesting, because I was like, why?
Sure we have.
If they're getting that much money, why would they all of a sudden stop? Do you know? It doesn't make any sense, unless maybe they're selling it or something.
Well, they're probably not getting the same money as what they were getting from the. They'd be getting this from the Ukrainian ones.
As far as I know, iPass is more.
Yeah, exactly. iPass is more, and iPass is for the whole year or 2 years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it sounded a bit like what you call it? That the hotel was closing or something. And I was just thinking, but I'm not sure the correct facts. I just find it quite interesting, because I was like, what's going on there? Why would they turn around all of a sudden and stop taking millions of euros a year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
It's I know.
And speaking of millions, meanwhile down in Carlow, I made a phone call to our local TD, Jennifer. So I'm awaiting her call very eagerly, Paul.
Okay, I wouldn't hold your fucking breath, Orla.
What's going on at Cohers? You know what I mean? But I know that they'll be all right with the brown bins. That's sorted. So that's a weight of our minds.
Oh, here we go. Almost. Fitzy, would you have me on for 5 minutes? I'll bring the show numbers through the roof. Where is the best place to get a glass hammer and a long stand? Well, you get a glass hammer anywhere. Well, must have it. Send me a text, Mustafa. You send me a text in there to that WhatsApp number, and I'll send you on the link, my good friend. And you can come in and you can say what you want there. We'll see who you are then, won't we? Go ahead, bring it in there. 089 203 1521. Send me the text. I'll look forward to it here now. No, nothing now. But the numbers are already through the roof. We're all right. We're happy with the numbers we have. You know what I mean? These are good people who are on here, not gobshites. You know what I mean? So,
and you have your regulars on, because you recognise the names coming up the whole time, like Davina.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Davina there. Yeah, the ones marrying non-Irish getting deported, then the Islamic, so the Irish that had married them get deported too. To be honest, the only Islamic get away, the iPass full of them. Yeah, get rid of the iPass. We need to get rid of all of that. Might get. Is it the Air Powell? It might be the Air Powell.
Oh, I don't know. Are you able to check? I can't think of the name, Paul. Just Google it there and see if that's it. Because if I go on my, I do the show on my phone.
No problem. Yeah.
I can't think of the name. Maybe that is
it. EYRE Powell. POWELL Hotel. Newbridge. I think I've seen a picture of this, the Air Powell Hotel. Emergency accommodation, for iPass. Asylum archive. Is that it there, Orla? Let me just present that there. That's the one there, is it? That has been used. It was already in use, but seemingly it's closing it or something like that. And I was trying to figure out, is it closing it to Ukrainians to bring in iPass, or is it closing altogether? And if it is closing altogether, why? Why would it be? I think that has been used as iPass because I've seen that came up the other night in the Carlo gangsters. Do you remember the Carlo Mafia, the ones that are making the money in Carlo and the whole lot? That was one of the hotels that is owned by your man Murphy, I think.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just find it very strange. Like, why would you be closing the hotel if you're making millions? And like, is it going to be reopened as another hotel? Are they going to sell it off to somebody else, or, you know? And then what more iPass come in? I'm just curious about it. You know.
It's it's ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous.
But it's amazing how people don't think it's strange with all these hotels being closed and iPass going in. Like, there's a huge effect that has on the local economy. You know, between job losses, as I said, lack of tourism, lack of money, just everything. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know. It's like they want to see the country on its knees. I know we're halfway there anyway, but you know.
Yeah, but you look at this from the last 10 or 15 years, okay? Like, I used to travel down to Achill Island all the time, every bank holiday weekend. First time I went down, I think it took me 5 hours to get down. Then they built the new roads, and it only takes you 4 hours to get down now. It's great. It's a grand old road. But all of these little towns are bypassed now. They're all losing money. Every one of them is losing money and have been leaking money and losing money, and pubs closing in the areas and everything else. Like, you know what I mean? So now they're forgotten towns. So that's where they're putting these people, into the forgotten towns. And the excess mortality in these towns is through the roof as well.
Yeah.
So if there's 50 people dying in a few weeks and you bring in 300, well, then you don't notice the 50 people who have died. You know what I'm saying? It's, listen.
I've seen it in Cavan.
It's all a plan.
They put out the new motorway in Cavan, and there would have been towns like, we'll say, what's this? There would have been an area in Cavan called
somebody said that there was a stabbing earlier.
What? Another one?
Let me just see.
Mention in the live chat.
Yeah, I'm just looking here now. I'm gonna just type it in here. Stabbing.
Jesus Christ. I can't keep track of this. You know that? Honest to God.
Listen, I know. I'm just at a typing in stabbing Dublin City. No.
Does it come up in the comments?
Footage I got from tonight. No, I have it here now. Footage I got tonight. Hold on. Just bear with me, and I'll make this bigger, and I can share it out then. This is just a video from somebody from earlier. So, as I said, I haven't seen it. So, let's hear what they say.
Down at the Crappie Acre here, a foreigner's after being stabbed today. His hands and legs after being chopped off. And another stabbing there. From there to there in a matter of 5 minutes, boys. Park, what's this? The old Crappie Acre. Down at the museum. Where the island flag is. Can't really see it behind there. But a stabbing there. And a stabbing there. Down at the Crappie Acre here. Foreigners after being.
So that's outside the museum. You know, is it Collins Barracks Museum, just on the Lewis line there. It leads you up to the CCJ and up to it leads you up to the courts, and it also leads you to Euston Station. Like, that is crazy.
And who did you say foreigners were stabbed?
He said, yeah, a foreigner's hands and they had to be chopped off, and
well, sure, that's going to be by another foreigner.
You don't know. I don't know. And to be honest, it's every day. Every day.
Oh, I'm just sick of it, Paul. I'm absolutely sick of it. Honest to God, like, do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous.
We've just hit 1,000 there, people. Fair play to you. Keep sharing it out there. We'll be finishing up now in the next few minutes. But hey, well done everyone again tonight. It's been great yapping to you and talking to you and telling you everything that's going on. Let me see what comments we have.
know, the country's gone absolutely, it's just gone absolutely mad. Like, you'd be just so sick of it, Paul.
Yeah. Hearns Hotel in Clonmel, the only hotel in the town centre. They're also killing our language in villages, and they are. It's gone ridiculous. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's at Euston. Fionnuala just said at Euston. Yeah, that's where it is. Just down from Euston. Yeah. Thanks, Fionnuala. Yeah. But
and it's awful when you see how bad Clonmel is. Like, my son goes to college there, like, do you know what I mean? And it's just, do you know, it's just sad to see another town. You know, that's what I was saying about Cavan. There's a town in Cavan called Kells, and again, it used to be
Kells not Meath. Kells not Meath.
No.
Oh,
sure? sorry, it is. What I mean was they put through the new motorway, so people stopped going through Kells. But like, that's what I mean. Like, it just, like, if you were going to Dublin, you went through Kells and you went through Navan on your way to Dublin.
Navan,
and all that. And Dundalk again was another one, right? But that's all bypassed now. So those towns all suffered, and businesses closed because of the new motorway.
Yeah. I'm going to stay on for a few minutes because...
Paul, if we want to talk about something else, just as Herman's name was mentioned, I sent you on a screenshot in relation to some VAERS reports earlier on today.
VAERS reports? Did you send it to me on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. On side effects.
If you did, have a look. Orla. Where are we? No. You sent me loads of stuff today, Orla. Media tell us. No, you didn't send it to me today, Orla.
Okay, just give me a second, just in case hold on. Because it is good.
Yeah. But I'm just going to pull down another video there because I'm only after seeing this video. The lads are actually out today in Wake Up area, so I'm going to pull down their video and I'm going to play that before we go. Because Barry and the crew are doing great work and they deserve to be getting this out. Young Ava, I think it's young Ava who died. She died in September 22. But we'll go with that in a few minutes. I just want to pull it down.
Now, I it over to you there now, Paul. I thought I sent it to you earlier on. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Now, let me see. Orla. Okay. Yeah. I have it there now. Let me just dun. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at it there. I'll just present that again. Children's Health Defense. This is from today. Is a horrifying US FDA emails reveal 1.4 million reports of adverse reactions to the COVID-19 shots in the first 18 months. 806,000 Pfizer adverse reports, 491,000 Moderna adverse reports, and 91,000 J&J adverse reports. They knew they were causing severe injuries and deaths, and they kept selling them to the public as safe and effective. They're still doing it. And anyone who speaks out against it, I watched. Now, I seen RFK he's the new HHS secretary. Fair play to him and congratulations. But I seen them last night, Adam, saying he was a vaccine denier, he was a COVID denier, he was this, he was that. Them numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? They don't lie.
Bear in mind, Paul, the most important thing as well is, right, they are only what has been reported. Think about all the other adverse reactions that are not reported. Think about all the deaths that were put down as something else, you know, that were labelled as probably a bloody car crash.
They reckon that them vaccine adverse, the VAERS thing is only 1% of actual people, because a lot of people don't report it, you know. And I think they've stopped getting data now. They've stopped taking data on these VAERS now because
I don't think we're ever going to know the true numbers, but it's probably 100 times more than that. And then I don't think AstraZeneca was mentioned either.
Does Herman still talk to you guys? Well, I haven't spoke to Herman now since I left. I got a text
No, I don't
off
talk
him
to him either.
saying, cheers, Paul, you know, sorry you left and blah, blah, blah. And that's what happened because we left. We weren't ousted or we weren't pushed out or anything. We left. As Anthony said the other day, we left.
We
You know what I mean?
resigned. Yeah, we resigned.
We weren't happy with a few things. So, you know, that's what happened. You know what I mean? Take a second, like, guys. 120 watching now. Yeah, but listen, Harrow, take a second to like, guys. 120 watching now. Well, there is, but there's over 1,000 watching us. We have it going out on 8 different streams here. You know what I mean? We have it going out on the web as well. Like, we're flying on the web there now at the minute. You know what I mean? We've about 400 on the web. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. But
yeah, no, it's actually quite shocking. You know, when you look at those figures, and as you said, so, like, how many people died from blood clots and myocarditis and this, that, and the other, and it's put down as something else. Like, we're never going to know the true figures. You know, it's shocking.
But when, as you said, we're never going to know. The Irish are still asleep.
No, probably not.
Vaccine issues, yeah. Vaccine issues. What does this one say? Cults, any cults books, call man, woman, child, firm. Sorry, let me put that up, Davina. Call man, woman, and children, farm animals, protecting paganism, farm animal statutes on man, woman, and child, and my cults. They're not my cults either. 96%. Hold on. I think this is slowing down here for me for some reason. I know what's happening. I'm pulling down that video. 96% of Irish took the jab. Do you believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. There's an awful lot more people you're meeting now that didn't take the shots.
Yes, exactly. But they tried to say there was only 5% of us that was messing up the whole system. It was 5%. I'd say probably 60% took it. There's no way any more than 60% took it. I know I talk to a lot of people and people that are on my side and the whole lot, but I've been talking to other people as well who never took it as well. Did you? Thanks for. I didn't take
you know
it.
what? I will say, Paul, the shot that I didn't take has worked. I'm still alive 4 years, 5 years later.
There's Siobhan Early. I swear I haven't been right from I took the second jab. My dad's exactly the same. My dad can't lie on his arm still since his first jab. Then my dad got 4 of them, I think. So, you know.
My friend here in Carlow, same thing happened to her. She got the shot in the arm and she said it was like a hot iron for days afterwards. Her arm was so sore. And since she got the shots, and I don't use the V word, she's not fit to walk places anymore. Like, she used to be very fit and active. She didn't have a car, so she had to walk everywhere, right? She can barely walk anywhere now because she just says her legs are like lead. And like, if she goes on any kind of a longish walk, even if it's just down the town, she has to sit down for a while and everything like that. Do you know what I mean?
There's the Spanish Irish. Come on, man. A stupid looking hat and a big joint. That's a roll up, you gobshite. Arsehole, you. And it's a deadly hat. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with me hat, you gobshite. But sorry, here we go. My disabled non-verbal sister was given 3 shots. The legislation presumes she has capacity to give consent. She has the cognitive age of a 3-month-old baby. That's disgraceful.
Oh my God.
It's disgraceful.
But you know what, Paul? We should actually be talking to people who have injuries, you know, and giving them a platform, because nobody, like, they don't have a voice. Nobody's listening to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why do you think our government and our judges are so forgiving of the PDFs? You know, we're talking about the squeedos. Listen, I don't know, but there's no deterrent there now. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna get caught. Let's all download the shit. Sure, if Judge Nolan gets us, we'll just be thrown out of court. You know, suspended sentence. Fair play to you, Harrow. There's only 10 listeners. Anyway, lucky the show is today and not tomorrow. I'll be busy opening Valentine's cards all day. Yeah, Valentine's Day, load of shit. Valentine's Day, all of these, Christmas and the whole, they're all invented by shopkeepers just to make legal money.
Do you know what? I was never interested in Valentine's Day, ever. Was never pushed by it at all.
Protest, waste of time. We done it, waste of time. We did do it, but we didn't get enough people out, Derek, to be honest with you. Political thugs in suits. I didn't take it. All my family took it. I'm the same. There's only me and my brother didn't take it.
My brother didn't take it. My mother didn't take it.
I stopped my 93-year-old mother taking any more of those jobs. and she has good enough health for a woman of her age. Well, my man and dad don't take them anymore. None of my family touch them anymore. So,
Yeah.
you know,
And you know
I
what,
love.
Siobhan? My mother was the same way. My mother was in a nursing home and she had MS and she never took the shots. From day one, she said she wasn't taking them. And you know what? It was very, very rare she ever come down with a flu or a cold or a chest infection. But yet all the doctors, you know, and nurses and all that would be in and they'd be sick with this, that and the other. And yet my mother wasn't, do you know,
Yeah.
because she didn't take them. So she saw through it, you know.
Somebody said no Garda got the jab. I don't know. We know one guy that did
I'd
get
say
it,
some
and
of them did. I'd
he
say some of
hasn't
them
been
did.
well. He hasn't been well. This guy ran marathons and everything, and he still isn't well. You know, okay, I'm at that pulling. Did I pull that down there? Just bear with me there, and I'll see did I pull it down. Then. And we'll finish it up then because
Oh, you wanted to play the
Barry
judge, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No.
I want Yeah, hang on. Yeah. I'll play this one and come back.
Oh, here we are, quick video. Barrow Street at Thomas Street on the 13th of February 2025, letting the people know what a display of talented ladies on their signs on all the key issues that have been kept from them by the mainstream media, kept from the Irish people there with Pfizer and the vaccinations, Pfizer, climate change, there's Ferg. So don't the ladies look great? Amazing. In the top of historic Dublin, wow. And there's the city wall, just that little dark patch over there. Back again, 2025 February in Dublin, Ireland, 13th. Amazing ladies and Ferg. Thank you, good day.
Hi everybody, good afternoon. We're just here on a very, very bitterly cold afternoon here at Thomas Street. And just to say, I see Barry over there to the left of me, just to say, wake up Era, the band are back on the road. Barry, how come, what are we here? I know,
well,
deja
we're here on
vu.
High Street today. Today we're giving out information. That's our excess deaths leaflet that we've been giving out since last June.
Yeah.
We gave out 80,000 a day. This is the last of them are here today.
Brilliant.
We're also giving out information about, here, point your camera at me there.
Yeah.
The digital ID, chemtrails and the dangers of 5G. So that's what we're covering today. Look, it's a huge junction. There's about 30 of us here. Sorry.
And we're doing Agenda 2030.
We're doing Agenda
enslavement.
2030, yeah. Look, it's the first time that we've been out to try and highlight some of these other issues, like the chemtrails, the 5G and all of that. But look, there's 30 of us here.
Brilliant response.
Covered. I can see people walking down there through the cars. You know, so people that are walking by us are carrying a leaflet, so mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished, and we most
Have a great
certainly.
day, guys.
Thanks, Barry. And look, I'm just scanning just to say thank you to everybody for showing up. Great response here, and we're just here to prove as well, Wake Up Era are not a one-trick pony. We cover all the things that people don't want to talk about. Just very quickly, I'm going to leave the final word to Ferg. Ferg, I know, sorry guys, I know we're just here to remember Ava again. She's always in our prayers.
Indeed, and we won't stop until we get justice for her and justice for everyone that got targeted and who lost their lives and who got their lives destroyed, families destroyed all over this country with them absolute fucking monsters. Sorry about course, but they are monsters, absolute monsters that haven't taken the task. Simple as that. Justice for Ada, justice for all.
God bless you. And I'm leaving that to Ferg, the final word.
Yeah, justice for Ava.
I never heard of that girl. What happened? Obviously,
got
she
the
was
vaccine and
self-injured.
she died a few months after. I actually might get Adar on to have a chat with us one of the nights. So Adar's a friend of Ferg's, good friend of Ferg's. Fair play to Ferg. Ferg has been at it since the word go, you know what I mean? And
oh my God.
Ferg, Tom, and Gavon and all have been around the country looking after people who, you know, haven't been looked after by the government. They've been around since last week, and I'll take my hat off to them, man. Fair play to them. Well done, everyone. So
I'm just laughing in the photograph. You would have had Dave there with the dogs. No, Dave's doing it with the dogs.
Dave was at the mall. I done a few interviews last year with Dave and a few others. I'll play them again on Sunday night probably. But fair play to Barry and Adele and the team at Wake Up Era. They are doing phenomenal work, I have to say. They're waking a lot of people up. And I couldn't get in today. I knew it was happening today. I couldn't get in at 3:30. So listen, fair play, lads.
Yeah.
I only seen it right at the end. And I'll be honest, we've 1,100 on there now, lads. So 1,100 people have seen that video now, and we'll post it again tomorrow. Yeah. So there, yes, Davina, lunch, shopping, and a day out, and leaflets. They need people to give out the leaflets. So you want to get in contact with me, I will get you in contact with Barry, and we could do all of that. Contact Wake Up Area. It's free. Get involved, people. Do get involved. Barry is one of the nicest guys, and his missus are the nicest people you'll ever meet in the world. And all he's trying to do is get the truth out. And he's been ridiculed for it and everything else. He doesn't deserve the shit he gets. He's a good man. I play to him. But heartbreaking stuff. Right, Orla, I'm going to drop you down there, and I'll call you up in a minute when we're finished. The after show party starts in a few minutes. But yeah, we hang on.
Good night.
We're after exceeding 1,100, so yeah.
Good.
We're actually 11-12. So
yeah, we were nearly up on Tuesday. We were 1,200 on Tuesday.
Listen, you know, and we haven't even got the top presenters here, or have we? Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's all.
All right, thanks very much, Sean. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. But again, thank you very much to everyone who tuned in tonight. The 1,100 is fair play to you. If you can buy us a copy, buy us a coffee. It's in the link there if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. We'll get by. But like I say, every night I leave here, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose, and it